Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to 5 ways British and American bedrooms are very different. Now, how? How are they different? I mean, they're going to have a bed, they're going to have pillows on the bed and a duvet. I'm guessing your beds will probably be bigger, to be fair, because American houses are bigger than ours in general. So, okay, the beds will be bigger, but other than that, I can't think of what else. Like what else? Maybe you got more pillows on your beds? But yeah, I can't really think of anything else. So who better than Lawrence from Lost in the Pond to break it down for us? You know, someone who's lived in the UK and the US for quite a while. But what else could be different?
One of the most common bedroom differences I get asked about is, why do Americans sleep with that extra sheet between the quilt and you?
The extra sheet?
Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to bedrooms. In Britain and throughout the world, people need a designated room where they can go to sleep and do other stuff. Like reading, for example. But depending on the country that you're in.
I think we all thought he was going to say something else, didn't we? You know, the bomb chicken wow wow.
The bedroom, a word supposedly coined by Shakespeare, might take a different form. And as somebody who has lived extensively in both Britain and America, this is most certainly true of those two countries. And so without further ado, here are 5 ways that British and American bedrooms are very different.
Let's go.
Before we even get to the main centerpiece of the bedroom, which is the bed, there is one major thing that American bedrooms have that most British bedrooms do not, and it's something contained not within the 4 walls of the bedroom, but within the wall. I'm talking about built-in closets. This is my walk-in closet.
Yeah,
I say mine, I mean it is shared with my wife, of course. I say shared, I mean it's mostly hers. So you might be thinking, well, Lawrence, where do British people hang their clothes? And the answer is simple: in a wardrobe that admittedly takes up more space, unless it leads to Narnia. But while America may have the advantage in the closet department, Britain is still leading the way on these.
Yeah, it's true about the walk-in closet. It's very rare. Like, any person that has a walk-in closet here in the UK is basically rich because their house is huge, essentially. Hot water bottle.
Back in the days when I still dressed like a child, you bought me this t-shirt, so you can leave it out. Back in the days when I was still a child, I distinctly remember sleeping alongside a rubber accessory that was filled with hot water. It was a hot water bottle. And it was one of those things that I'd forgotten about until researching for this video. For anyone not in the know, a hot water bottle is exactly the accessory I just described, and its purpose is to keep you warm while you sleep. It can be a problem if you accidentally burst it, because then your parents think you have another problem and you have to go see a doctor. Now, with the advent of electric blankets, hot water bottles have seen a decline in popularity. This is particularly true in the United States, but I have it on good authority that people still occasionally use them in Britain. But part of me believes that most of them just use it to...
My mum loves hot water bottles. She's got like 2 of them. I think, to be honest, I should get her an electric blanket, because the whole thing is heated as opposed to just the bottle. You probably get a better experience.
Refill their tea without leaving the bed.
Yeah, bed sizes.
As always, when it comes to comparing British and American things, inevitably it always comes back to size. And you might not be too surprised to learn that American beds, on the whole, are longer, wider, or sometimes both, than British beds. So let's take a look at how that plays out, or lays out. That's a bed pun. Sorry, let's just take a look. So the smallest bed size in the United States is the twin bed.
Here it's a single.
This measures in at roughly 39 by 75 inches. And its nearest equivalent in Britain is a single bed, which is just as long as an American twin, but 4 inches less wide. After that, America has a twin XL, which is coupled with Britain's small double. Try saying that after 4 whiskies. And then America has what is known as the full-size mattress. This is 54 inches by 75. This is almost identical to the double-size mattress in Britain. From here on out, things become like a game of chess, as both countries sort of introduce a royal family of mattress sizes.
The Queen,
in the US,
right?
some people sleep on the Queen. Not the Queen, that would be breaking news. on a queen-size mattress, which
Especially
is about 60
now.
inches by 80. This is virtually identical to Britain's king-size mattress, but neither country ousts their bedroom monarchy there. What's better than a queen? A super queen. In the US, this measures in at 66 inches by 80. Funnily enough, the nearest equivalent in Britain is called, can you guess what it's called,
Super King?
Can you? It's called a Super King, and it's 72 inches by 80. And so Britain wins, except it doesn't, because America also has a king-size bed that measures 76 by 80. And at this point, Britain's mattresses abdicated the throne, while America's just kept going with the California King at 72 inches by 84, and that's just showing off. So perhaps this additional...
The California King. I wonder what it's like to sleep in one of those. Just like, you can properly starfish, and you're still not touching the corners of the bed.
size is why Americans are more likely to use one of these.
What is
However
that?
massive the mattress, it's more common in the US than the UK for it to sit on top of what is known as a box spring. And while I definitely couldn't claim to be a bed connoisseur, I hadn't heard of the phrase box spring until I moved to America. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, we don't call it that. Apparently, we call it either a sprung bed base or a divan. I've never used those terms
don't
either,
know
and
what
that's
that
because
is.
this particular
What are
contraption is much less common in Britain. And so what is this contraption? Well, a box spring is a base that sits under your mattress that sort of incorporates a spring system like you might find in your mattress. And the idea is with that additional bounce, I won't keep doing that, the springs in the mattress have a greater shelf life. In Britain, our mattresses tend to sit on harder surfaces, meaning that the springs in your mattress wear down more quickly depending on how much you put them under duress. Mine were mostly fine. But so much for what goes under the mattress. Let's take a look at what goes on top.
I mean, surely the bedding's the same. You know, you get a mattress cover, then the bed sheet, then the pillows, and then the duvet.
Common bedroom differences I get asked about is, why do Americans sleep with that extra sheet between the quilt and you? And this is what's known as a top sheet. And while I have read that top sheets have become less popular among younger Americans, they are nonetheless still in wide use. But what purpose do they serve? Well, aside from adding an additional layer of warmth for Americans that don't know the joys of a hot water bottle, a top sheet is often used for hygienic reasons. The theory being that your body, and therefore body odour and sweat and dirt, doesn't come into contact with the comforter/quilt. And I can get...
But just wash the quilt. Just wash the quilt if it gets dirty. Right?
behind this idea because it means you can wash the comforter less often. Who needs bulky laundry? Now,
but then you're washing the sheet. You're washing the, what do you call it? The top sheet.
Because Americans are more likely to use this approach than British people, they're also more likely to not use a duvet cover because what's the point? In Britain, this is largely how we get around the hygiene problem, if indeed we choose to. Now, if Reddit is anything to go by, then this is the source of a heated debate. So let me know in the comments below, top sheet or no top sheet?
No top sheet.
As for me and my American wife, we
sheet.
compromised on both a top sheet and a quilt cover for some reason.
Wow,
that's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments.
Super interesting. I'd never heard of a top sheet until now. Because here, you know, your duvet has a duvet cover over it, so that when the duvet cover gets dirty, you wash that. Like, if we didn't have duvet covers, then I guess it makes sense to get a top sheet. But most of the bedrooms that I've seen in America, the duvets or the quilts have a duvet cover. So let me know in the comments, guys. Do you use a top sheet, or do you just... is it more the British way for you with a duvet cover? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.